Hey guys, what's up? It's Elise from thecrunchyginger.com, and I want to say thank you so very much to all of my subscribers. It really means a lot to me, and if you are new to this channel, welcome. If you would love to find out more ways that you can live a little greener and save a little money, I put out a video every week, and I would love it if you would subscribe so that we can stay in touch. Today's DIY recipe is, if you can even call it a recipe because it's so super easy, is a DIY dry shampoo. This is going to blow you away. I promise you, if you have been buying dry shampoo at the store, and dry shampoo, for people who don't know, it's not actually a real shampoo. What it is traditionally some kind of starch or powdery substance that's going to absorb the oil or the sebum in your hair, and it's going to give you a little bit of body and texture as well. So it isn't actually cleaning your hair, but it will help you stretch the time between washings of your hair. And I've been really futzing with my hair routine for the last couple of months, and some things good, some things not so good, but the one thing I have found that is really working for me is this DIY dry shampoo. So I'm going to share with you how to make it, and I can't even really call it a recipe because it's so super easy, but what I will do is show you how you can customize it so that it matches the color of your hair. So we'll call this first part DIY dry shampoo for redheads, and I'll show you how you can also make it for blondes and brunettes or grays and whites. First thing you're going to need is arrowroot powder. You can also use cornstarch, but I prefer the arrowroot powder, which is what's going to absorb the oil in our hair. And the three ingredients that we'll be using to customize our color are cinnamon for your red tones, ginger for your blonde tones, and cocoa powder for dark hair and brunettes. If you have gray hair or white hair, you can just use the arrowroot powder by itself. So if you've ever purchased a commercial dry shampoo at the store, like a conventional brand, they usually come in some kind of aerosol spray, which is bad because it often spews things like butane, propane, isobutane. These are liquefied petroleum gases. And if that sounds like something that's not good for your hair, you're right, it's not, and it's super not good for our lungs, and it's bad for the ozone as well. A lot of commercial dry shampoos also contain talc, which can contain asbestos, which is a known carcinogen, and even the kinds that are non-asbestos containing have been linked to ovarian cancers in some studies. So not super good. They usually also contain fragrance, which, as we know, can be some kind of mixture of about 4,000 different chemicals, about a third of which are known to be toxic to humans. So best to do away with all of that stuff. And if you're watching this, you are here because you know that there is a better way to DIY. So let me just show you how we're going to do this. You'll start with your arrowroot powder. And arrowroot powder is sometimes called arrowroot starch or arrowroot flour. And you usually find it in the baking section of your grocery store. I use it for other DIY beauty projects like my non-greasy body butter, which I'll put a link to here. And I use it for baking and stuff as well. But we're going to start with, I'll make these in small batches, but you can make this as large as you want because arrowroot powder is going to have a long shelf life. So this mixture will last really as long as your ingredients are fresh. So you can just check the dates on your bags. But I'm going to start with a teaspoon of this arrowroot powder. So if you've got light hair, you can just use it like this. I'm going to use my cinnamon, and I'm going to start with about 3/4 of a teaspoon per my teaspoon of arrowroot powder. And I'm also going to add in some ginger because my hair isn't a dark red, it's more of a blondie red color. So I'm going to add some ginger as well, and I'll put about 1/2 a teaspoon of that in there. So all we need to do is just mix it up like this. And this gives me a color that's a pretty good blend for my hair. So for brown hair, we're going to use a teaspoon of arrowroot powder to a teaspoon of cocoa powder. And it's really just like a 1-to-1 blend. And like I said, this is customizable. So if you've got lighter brown hair, if you've got darker brown hair, if you have really jet black hair, I have heard that charcoal is sometimes used. So there you go. Bonus, you smell like a cookie. And lastly, let's just mix up a little bit for our blondies. So about a teaspoon of our arrowroot powder as our base, about a teaspoon of the ginger as well. Ta-da! So you can mix and match if you've got a little bit of blonde and a little bit of brown, or a little bit of red and a little bit of brown. But this is going to give you a really good starting point for making your own custom colors. I really like the way that this smells all on its own, and my kids think I smell like cookies, and I personally really love gourmand fragrances, so I don't mind that. I don't mind the cinnamon ginger smell. I think it's amazing. But you actually can add some essential oils to this. Some good ones for hair might be lavender, peppermint, cedarwood, rosemary. Just double check, as always, with your essential oils that it's something that is safe for you to personally use, especially if you're nursing or pregnant. You can add a couple of drops just to the mixture like that, and some of those have great hair, skin benefits as well. I like to use a brush like this, just a makeup brush. I kind of dip this in here like this, and I will show you how I apply it. And there is your DIY custom color dry shampoo. I hope that this helps you on your lazy days, on your quick days, and on your days between washings when you really just need to add a little bit of texture and absorb a little bit of oil. If you want more tips about how to live a little greener and save a little money, you can head on over to thecrunchyginger.com. There's a blog post all about this with some more helpful information. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm at thecrunchyginger. I am on Facebook. Please subscribe to this channel if you want to learn more ways that you can live a little greener and save a little money. Thank you so much for watching.